Okay, so welcome again to Military Guna TV. I am your host Mario Dakers, and I'm glad that you guys have joined me today again because I have a few things I want to speak about because we all know that it's now entering into the World Cup phase, and definitely it means that we are going a new direction. Now, going a new direction means that we have to approach everything differently because of the context of the World Cup qualifiers. But people, please smash that like button. It really support because, as I said, we put a lot of time and effort in making these videos, and we only want you guys to hit that like button to show appreciation that you actually enjoy the video, even that you appreciate the video just by hitting that like button. So let's get back into the video. So if you're here for the first as well, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Just hit that subscribe button. All right, so no, the Reggae Boys are looking forward to the World Cup qualifier, and definitely, what is it that the coaches must see and must do during this time period? You will call this time period a lull session, yeah, where nothing is happening in accordance to the Reggae Boys. No, that lull session should not be taken for granted because that lull session is also critically important in what we do in the preparation for the World Cup qualifiers. As you know, Mr. Paul Hall and Mr. Whitmore, they said that they are looking at performance-based, they're going off a performance-based selection system where you have to be informed or you have to be performing at a high level for your particular club that you're playing for if you are to be considered to be selected for the Reggae Boys in this World Cup qualifiers campaign. And I totally agree with that. I am in agreement with that. I cannot say that that's literally one of the best things I've heard. He said that they're not working with big names, just performance. And you have to respect that. You have to respect that because at the end of the day, these are the same things, or these are the same issues that will float around if we don't select the best players who are performing at a particular level. You're going for a certain particular set of players. They're played average in their league. Then when you put those players in a team, don't expect them to be playing at that extraordinary level. That's not something that we would advise. But I'm going back to what I'm saying. During this time period, this is a time period in which the coaching technical staff can do the video analysis, proper video analysis of what took place during that time period of the Gold Cup campaign. All the games that were played, or weaknesses, or strength, how the team defeated us, the shape of the team. I'm 100% sure that the video analysis will show all of those aspects because that is one of the reasons why they have video analysis. Now, how we can better those aspects of our game, how we can better the game in itself moving forward. So that these are some of the things I want my coaching staff. I want to see the coaching staff. I won't see it, but these are some of the stuff that I would love the coaching staff to be putting in place. Secondly, the players, whichever players you're considering for your 30-man squad in World Cup qualifiers, every single one of those players should be under a scope. Every single one of those players should be under a scope. You should know what they're doing. You should know the form that they are in because you don't want it to be a case in which you have those players' name and exactly. So we have this concept. So because that's the thing. Now, Paul Hall said that he's going off a performance-based thing. In the same sense, we know that Mr. Whitmore has his core players. He has his core players. So how's that going to work? What if the core players are not performing? What's going to be the contradiction there? So this is a difficult one. It's not as easily explained as, are not as easily done as said. It's going to be a difficult one because some of our core players, what if all of a sudden some of the players that we are likely or we can reach out to seem to just hit form at the right particular time? How do we approach that? how would you approach that one in all aspects? So these are questions. These are definitely questions. So as I'm saying, you must, for every single one of these players, even if you have a 40-man list, because you said these are the players that I'll be selecting from, you must be looking at these players from the minute they start off their campaign, and know that these are the players that we will be going forward with. Now, second thing I would like to see, let us know, for example, we still haven't done. It's so funny that the Gold Cup pass, we had so much new players representing the Reggae Boyz, and we're yet to see or hear from those players. So, for example, I've yet to see maybe Andre Gray do an interview with JFF speaking about his journey. I don't know. Anyways, I won't even go in that. No, on other news, other details. No, it's not announced that inoculated persons won't be allowed to go to the games in Jamaica. Meaning inoculated, meaning unvaccinated persons. Unvaccinated persons are unlikely to be making the trip into the national stadium when we have games there. Now that makes that makes everything a bit more complicated. Let's see how they approach that one. That's one I don't even want. That's not the one I even want to see how it turns out, but we definitely see, because we know that we have that little rebellious spirit in us that we don't want to do something, and you feel like we just feel like that we're being forced. But anyways, that seems a bit more political than I think. Then, on final note, what I want to see from the players, every single player, every single one of the Reggae Boyz that represented us in the Gold Cup campaign, I want to see these guys putting in improved performances. I also want to see that from the coach. I want to see improved performances from the coaches and also from the Reggae Boyz. I don't want to see the same thing. I don't want to see the same aspect of what I saw in the Gold Cup campaign. I don't. Yes, nothing won't change overnight. That is the reason why these guys, these coaches, they got 5 weeks to put things in place to prepare. If you didn't have any tactics, you have 5 weeks to learn some tactics. But I want to see improved performances from every single Reggae Boy and also from the coach. How am I going to see that? Remember, I'll be keeping tabs on every single Reggae Boy. So it's important that I do so to let you guys know what was happening. So that is the reason why we're here. Let you guys know what are these players doing, what are they up to, are these guys performing at optimum level for us to bring them into the World Cup qualifiers, because we have to keep track. It's important that we keep track of some of the players in the Gold Cup campaign, because there's a strong possibility that a lot of those players will be back into the World Cup qualifiers squad. And like it or not, I believe that just how it is, people. But people, thank you very much. I won't go any further. I won't lament any further on this topic. So thank you guys for tuning in. A lot of respect. This has been really a good one. Definitely smash that like button. As I said, YouTube algorithm in the category is not doing so well. So I would really appreciate it if you smash that like button and also subscribe if you're here for the first time. Military Guna TV, people. This has been generously and an honest one. I am